Good morning, YouTube. That's crazy. I had to. This is the second time I had to do this story. But so we're going to try to make it a little quicker because it actually was a lot longer than it needed to be. So this story is about two-piece and a biscuit. Most people know what a two-piece and a biscuit is. It's two pieces of chicken and a biscuit. Uh, when you're boxing, two-piece and a biscuit means you hit the person one side, you hit them on the other side, and then they fall on the ground. So that's what this story is about, is a real live two-piece and a biscuit. Uh, Came about, was invited to a lovely function, a white party. Uh, Basically, it was a community party, probably about an eighth of a, what do they call that? An eighth of an acre, eighth of an acre of land. So it's TJ's all around, it's food all around, it's bars for pop, it's bars for liquor, food for days, people for days, music good. Everybody was having such a good time, and it was just a wonderful thing. The community had gotten together to help a neighbor like build a little pond. So this was just something that the neighbor uh, did for everybody in the community to enjoy themselves. It was summertime, nice weather. This happened back in Michigan. I don't live in Michigan anymore, but this is a Michigan story. Uh, So everybody is, it's got their white linen on. Some people just got plain short. Everybody was nice looking. They cleaned up well. Because they didn't look like they normally look. And so we all done cleaned up well. And we just having a good time. Some people playing spades. Some people playing billiards. Some people just walking around because it was a nice size area. So you could walk around and just enjoy the evening. It was lights, ambient lighting just everywhere. It was just so beautiful. So we eating, we drinking. The people that drank, I had, of course, you know what I had, Arizona iced tea in my hand back at that time. So, we enjoying each other. So I'm looking around. So I think I see a little something, but I'm trying to do a little partying, right? So I'm ignoring it. So then, this little kid that was uh my friend's daughter comes up and says, "Auntie Val, this guy is putting his hands on me inappropriately." So I was like, "What?" I was like, "What's up with that?" And she was like, I said, "Well, where now you saying that he put his hands on you? Now you got to tell me what type of inappropriateness that he did, right?" So she told me and everything, and I was like, "Yeah, that's inappropriate." I said, "So what I want you to do, I want you to stand behind me, and I'm getting ready to go and find out what's the dealio." And so she did. She walked behind me, and I was like, "Don't come from behind me," because there was a lot of people at the party. I didn't want her to get separated from me, you know. So I went up to the guy. I was like, "Hey, how you doing? You having a good time?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, this young lady behind me said that you put your hands on her inappropriately." And he was like, first, you know how when you first approach somebody, especially with something that serious, they're gonna kind of balk a little bit. So he was balking a little bit, and so I had her step out and explain what he did. So he was like, "Well, who is you?" I was like, "Well, she called me auntie, but I'm not her auntie, but I'm very close to their family." And so she called me Auntie Val, and she came for me to protect her. And you put your hands on her inappropriately, and that's just not acceptable. So he was like, Well, you don't tell me what to do and whatever. Yeah, I put my hands on her and whatever. I said, dude, no, we don't do that to kids. I said, you a grown man, and not only is you a grown man, you a old man putting your hands on a young girl in that type of manner and in those places. So he said, well, I'll kick you. I said, well, dog, no, we not doing that. I said, because I'm a lady. I don't. You a dude. I'm not trying to fight you. That's not my style. But your behavior is very inappropriate, and that can't be allowed. So he decided, okay, he wanted to swing. I said, okay. He swung. I ducked, jumped up, uppercut him, hit him with the left. He hit the ground. That's two piece in a biscuit. So now the crowd is seeing what's going on. So the young lady, she got back, got back behind me as the commotion was going on, and she was like holding on to my shirt, uh, so that she wouldn't get lost. Well, she wasn't lost, but that she just wouldn't, get away from me, right? And so the commotion came. His brother came over, talking about why you knock my brother out? I said, because your brother was over here touching a little kid inappropriately, and Val don't even play that. I said, because we don't do that. We take care of our kids. We don't abuse them. We try not to put them in situations for that. And your brother, I said, you taking up for your brother now? I said, because I'm about to go in this house and tell her mother, and if her mama come out, I think you need to get your brother off the ground, and you and him get the heck on, because this ain't flying, right? So he was like, okay, okay, whatever. I said, yeah, whatever, you better hurry up. So when he left, everybody was asking me what happened. They was asking the little girl what happened. And I said, well, I had the two-piece of biscuit in because he was trying to two-piece of biscuit me. I'm confronting him about him messing with a little kid, and he trying to get jiggy with it. So we got the situation solved. We got them out of there. But the reason why I told y'all this story is when you have a lot of adults around your kids, don't, because sometimes some people don't know how to act appropriately with kids around. So apparently, this dude must have been doing this before because he thought it was slick and thought he would get away with it and nobody would say anything to him or do anything to him. Because normally, if he hadn't have swung at me, we would have told her mom, we'd have called the police, had the dude arrested, and then that would have been the end of that. But because he swung on me, he had to get the two-piece and the biscuit, which he didn't see coming because he thought that he was he thought because he was a dude, he didn't know that I used to box. He had no idea, right? He just thought I was some lady coming over to him. First of all, I always have an Arizona iced tea in my hand. I usually don't have a glass of liquor, and I didn't start drinking liquor until probably 7 years after that. And uh, keep your kids safe. That's our job. Our job is to protect our kids. Our job is to protect our kids in such a way as we have conversations with them that she did the right thing by coming to an adult that she trusts to let them know immediately and not 20 years later where her brain is all messed up and she's turning to drugs or prostitution or whatever to, get this out of her mind. So me and her right now today are very close because of that, because she see that I'm gonna protect you if you're a kid. She's a grown woman now. She got kids. She's married. She's doing her thing. Proud of her that she didn't let this incident cloud her mind. And it is our job to take care of our kids in the community. If we see them doing stupid stuff, tell them stop doing stupid stuff. If you see them going into places where they shouldn't be, hey, pull them out of there. Protect your kids. Protect them at all costs, because they is your future. Believe me. So yeah, that's just the two-piece and the biscuit story. And yeah, I would do it again. Yeah, I would have tried to maybe call the police nowadays, but back then, I wanted to call the police then to have him arrested. But by him trying to put his hands on me, I can't allow that. That is a no to the no. I'm a very nice person, so you know it. But I'm a very nice person, but if you swing, I'm going to swing back. So it's not there's nothing ever going to be that's always going to be. If I can talk to you and we can get things resolved, then we can do that. But if we can't, then guess what? Two-piece in the biscuits, I might, some people get a whole bucket. But you know, that's not what I'm on here for. I'm on here for to let people know, take care of your kids. Leave them out of parties. Don't have them anywhere if you're having a party and a bunch of grown-ups, because people be trying to sneak and do things. And so a lot of kids get scared and don't say anything. And like I said, it will mess them up mentally, for real. Have them doing things they ain't supposed to do later on, you know just trying to get that off of their mind and out of their brain. So that's it for today, YouTube. That's my two-piece and the biscuit story. Uh, Protect your kids. Protect your kids at all costs. Please protect your kids. Uh, for real, for real. Uh, so that's it, YouTube. Appreciate you. Y'all have a good day.